User interviews can be very useful at many different stages of your design process or your innovation process, even before you initiate it, because you can use it to both just explore, to try to identify opportunities for your project, to figure out, okay, which area will I then narrow down on even more. You can also use them in your divergent stages where you are more trying to identify pain points you want to address or identify opportunities that you want to take advantage of or use to create opportunities. But you can also use it in the more convergent stages of your process where you want to maybe test an idea or validate an output. So in that sense, they're applicable everywhere and are considered to be a very good method because you can, gather these very useful insights, but also validations and building empathy all in the same package. So what you need to do when you are then preparing for a user interview is, first of all, you need to be able to kind of figure out what is the approximate focus going to be of my interview. Whether it's more broad when you're in the exploratory stages or if it's going to be more narrow when you have a specific outcome that you're looking for. Then you need to figure out who is the most appropriate person to give me those insights. So who are my interviewees or my respondents going to be? So those are going to come or become clear once you have this focus defined. And then, of course, it's the how. So how are you going to do it? And that you do by creating a more of an interview guide rather than a questionnaire. So you want to have this kind of frame that you define. So this is the areas that I want to discuss with my user. And then you try to not go a lot out of that frame to kind of use to guide you in your conversation with your user or your interviewee. And also, I mentioned the word conversation because when you use an interview guide, it becomes much more of exactly that, a conversation rather than this back and forth almost interrogation. So ultimately, it creates a much more comfortable atmosphere, which also could result in your user or interviewee feeling more comfortable and then giving you the more in-depth insights. And also need to keep in mind when you're in the interview that you also want to be not only an interviewer, but also an observer. So make sure to take notes about your interviewees' body language, their tone of voice, how do they kind of react to your conversation or questions, because that will also give you like richer insights.